Hello there guys, Wayne here from Luna's World. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and yeah, today's video is all about weather. Even though we're in the PMDG 737, as you can see outside, the weather is pretty diabolical. I've been watching recently a bunch of extreme weather. I think us aviators naturally love weather. And of course, there's that fine line between what a simulator has to offer in terms of like the extremes of weather. And my personal view is that if it can happen as a natural sort of phenomena, then I think personally Azobo should be working towards implementing it in the sim. Just because, I mean, why not? If it happens in real life, then it should be able during, you know, with the right conditions to happen. I'm talking about tornadoes. We're in Little Rock in Arkansas, and obviously near Oklahoma. And actually, no, we're not. We are in Oklahoma. Perhaps the heart of Tornado Alley. And why am I saying all this? Because it's leading up to the fact that I'm checking out a weather preset, another set of weather presets well, let me just show you rather than talk about it. Let me show you. So if we go here, this is the lightning and thunder preset, and this is by a company called Pastel Simulations, and they reached out and said, would I take a look at it, perhaps feature it on the channel. I initially was going to say no, but then when I looked into it, the thing that I really like about it, let's just change to Autocumulus. We'll turn the wipers off now as well. The thing that I like about it is that, well, it has the names of the clouds. It has the meteorological names, and they're very accurate. Let's jump out and take a closer look. And I'm just gonna, we're in the drone. I've got rocking the United. This is the new livery, well, 2019 livery. Actually, we'll stay a little bit above so we don't get too much engine noise. So yeah, in fact, let's get a little bit further away. Okay, you would think that that would be quieter, but it's not really. All right, that's a little bit quieter here. Okay, so if we look up in the sky then, these are Autocumulus Clouds, and Autocumulus, if we were to look them up, then you would see a description, you know, that says, you know, patchy, sometimes white, sometimes gray. They seem to be made up of like rows of clouds, quite fluffy in nature, and they're lower than cirrus clouds. So I think that's a pretty good representation of Autocumulus clouds. So if we change it up a little bit, go back here, Autostratus, again, if we look that up, Autostratus are mid-range or mid-level clouds. They're more grey, and that's because they have denser ice crystals instead of just water droplets in. And the clouds will usually cover the whole sky, almost being you know, overcast, but occasional breaks. And again, that looks pretty accurate to me. That looks reasonably how they should look. Let's try another set. Let's go to, okay, good old cumulonimbus. Now, everybody should know these kind of clouds as being, you know, the towering storm clouds that you get on hot and humid days. And, you know, there are some limitations with the sim, as you can see right here. We've got a big old tile, you know, ortho tile here, two different textures. So you know, I mean, that's nothing to do with the weather, of course, but it is to do with the sim in general. It's not a finished product, and I don't think it ever will be, because, I mean, how can you ever get a finished, exact, you know, representation of the planet? Impossible. So, but, I mean, just look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? We can't see the towers, because I think we're too low, but let's just shoot up into the sky here. Just try and speed up the drone. This is a hell of a drone. It can, it's faster than a jet. Now, I don't like the way clouds look from the top down. I think they look amazing, like inside, but when you look down on them, they're just, I don't know, they're a bit weird. And so while there definitely are some towers, they look like kind of the icing on a cake, you know. Not great in terms of like the top down, but once you start getting down to about here, or maybe a little bit further down, yeah, like around here, they start to really look beautiful and feel like, you know, real clouds. And of course, being fully 3D, they are, and they always look great from the top, from the bottom up, including, you know, the light shafts and everything. In fact, let me just double check here that I'm on ultra. I might be on high. Volumetric clouds ultra. Yeah, no, we're all good there. Okay, so we are getting the full. Maybe we'll turn ambient occlusion just because we're not flying, and maybe we'll notch up some of these just to get, you know, a beautiful, beautiful, the ultimate, in fact. In terms of, I would turn lens flare on, why not? That'll do. Bloom on as well. Okay, let's see how that looks. Get the full effects here. So yeah, so we're not flying, and actually this is a pretty forgiving area because it's very flat and not a lot of auto-gen right now. But yeah, I mean, beautiful stuff, isn't it? Let's go and have a look at another one. Let's see, well, let's say good old cirrus. So cirrus clouds are those high, wispy clouds that you see, you know, very, very thin clouds, almost transparent. Again, you can see the sky through, giving it that blue sort of tinge. Beautiful. Now, fog and haze, this is an interesting one. I'm not convinced that they've got it right with the Zobo yet, but let's check out fog. I mean, if we go to ground level, why am I moving? I don't get this drone. I think my controller's having a, anyway, we'll let it move. So fog to me, like I shouldn't be able to see, depending on the density of the fog, like this just seems like it's kind of in the air, but it's not in the forefront of the image, if that makes sense. So for example, like I can see the ground clearly here, and I can go up quite a distance before it starts to fade out. To me, fog is on the ground. It's kind of ground level, and you should be able to see, you know, wispy elements in the ground and different patches of fog. So fog has got a way to go. This is not really fog. This looks like kind of overcast but lowered to the ground, and that's not the same thing as fog. If we go to haze, haze is a little bit better. Haze is really, oops, let's not do that. Let me just get out of this. Haze is basically particles interacting with the light, you know, and some of those particles would be moisture, some of them would be pollution. So this does look hazy, and let's just check out the, yeah, so you see the humidity is right up, and, you know, that would indicate a certain amount of, you know, haziness going in there. So I think haze is okay. Obviously I'm not talking about the presets, I'm talking about a Zobo and the limitations of the actual sim, but yeah, zero visibility is this is more foggy to me, which looks good. I think it looks pretty decent. This would be very, very severe fog. Mist. That's not bad actually. And again, that more resembles fog to me than mist. But again, you know, I guess the definitions are maybe different. What else have we got? Nimbus stratus, so yeah, pretty thick, low, dense, full of rain. So that is pretty much what you would expect. Storm cloud layers. So this would be interesting. So there are layers of cloud. I can see some thickness, you know, with the sun coming through here. Let's just pop up and have a look. See how this looks from the top down. Oh, it's pretty thick. Okay, nice. Yeah, so you can see here we've got like layers of cloud. We've got these sort of mountaintop peaks that almost look like, and then we've got another layer of cloud here. So pretty decent. Oh, I've crashed. Okay. Didn't realize I was moving. Maybe I fiddled with my rudder pedals there. Apologies. I'll just jump back in.
Rogers Tower, United 737 at runway tree 5 right, ready for departure, departing straight out.
All right. Again, let me just move out the way of the beautiful sounds of the 737. Let's get up here. Okay, so this is live weather. Let's get out of that, and we'll just check out maybe slightly cloudy. Pretty much does what it says on the tin. Autocumulus. Yep, that looks nice. So yeah, all in all, guys, torrential rain. Just a blur of stuff, of wet stuff. All in all, pretty good. There are 35 altogether, and this will cost you a grand total of €5 in the flight sim simmarket.com. So well worth checking out if you're in the market. You want to get some different, you know, effects or presets. There are a bunch of these out there. I like this one because I like the scientific or the meteorological names, and I think that is more useful to us as pilots. And it's the first time I've seen that being done. So yeah, just going to end on one last thing. So again, let me know your thoughts about things like supercell formation. In fact, I do have another preset here that does have supercell within it. Let me see if I can find it. And it doesn't work. There we go, supercell conditions. Now there's not a cloud in sight here, so ultimate weather preset, there's some issue with there. And maybe that's coming in a, you know, when they update the weather system as a whole. So there are definitely some gaps in the weather system. We know that. Should we have things like supercells and, you know, tornadoes and microbursts and things like that, should that be modeled and simulated? For me, I would say yes. I don't think it should be a priority because obviously there's things that need to be sorted out much, you know, sooner, way more, what's the word, like, you know, tornadoes are actually pretty rare. And, you know, even in Tornado Alley, there's 7 roughly per square, well, in any given square kilometer of Tornado Alley, there's around 7 tornadoes a year, which is pretty rare, but they do happen. So things like fog and mist and haze and getting those right, I think, is more important. But I do think they should be in there, along with other interesting meteorological conditions as well. Aurora lights, that would be pretty awesome. These are not things that should be prioritized by any stretch, but I would love to see a tornado, you know, being able to be formed. God knows what it would do to the frame rate. Probably absolutely kill it. But how cool would that be? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll put the link to this preset in the description. Pastel simulations, and again, shout out once more. Thank you for sending me this over to check out. This is not a paid review. They just reached out. They're a small developer. They're up and coming, and they reached out and they wanted me to check it out because obviously I've reviewed a few of these presets before. So yeah, thanks. Really appreciate it, and let me know your thoughts, guys. That's it for now. Take care. Hope you're doing well. And I've got some PMDG videos coming for you very soon, as well as Just Flight 146 videos, and you know, cool stuff coming. See you very soon. Adios.